tweet it out so everybody can join in here. One second. Do 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 do. There and let's go there and there. Cool. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Let's go there. Good, good, good. All right, guys, we are live with Paul with Algo 382 for our weekly Elliott Wave show, Riding the Waves with John and Paul. Can I get a sound check there? Can everybody hear Paul on the other end?
Hey, how's it going out there? This is Paul. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing.
Reed, what's going on, man? Can you hear Paul?
What's happening?
Hey, Juan. Hey, Michael. Hey, guys. Everybody hear Paul on the other end coming through? Yes?
Hey,
Okay, good. Awesome. Good deal. Reed said, hi, Paul.
Hey, what up?
Good. Celia, what's going on? Good to see you. All right. Fantastic. All right. Well, pumped about another show here with Paul. Tonight we're going to be going over some Elliott Wave setups that we're seeing out there. We're also going to be talking a little bit about the topic of ending diagonals. So that should be a good one. Before we get started, everything we're going to talk about is for educational purposes only and not investment advice. So please take a moment to review this disclaimer. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Good, good, good. All right. So what we're going to do is what we normally do is going to check and see where we left off in the market on Friday, and then we're going to take a look at the futures and see what they're up to or down to here this evening, and what we might have setting up going into tomorrow. And then, of course, we'll go live with Paul and take a look at some Elliott Wave charts that he's looking at, and then we'll show a few that I'm looking at, and then if there's time, we'll run through some questions and chart requests. A lot of times we're not able to get through all the chart requests, but we'll get through as many as we can, and hopefully you guys find this helpful. And let's get started. So SPX. Hanging in there, right? So it's down 4 points on Friday, but the monthly chart's still looking strong, right? We've got about half a month left here in December. It'll be a short month, right? Because we've got Christmas break coming up and everything. But still, last month was a nice green month off of the inside month, and still green this month, but a little bit of an upper shadow so far, but plenty of month left. The weekly chart left us with this kind of this red spinning top here, right? So a spinning top doesn't necessarily mean we're going to go up or down. It gives you a 50% move either way, but it's kind of a just an area of note, just to look at. Hey, maybe this is a pause, and just a little one to say, like, hey, take a look at the potential price action move here, because you can see before the big Corona crash we did have a spinning top as well. So just always one to note. So that being said, this is kind of what we're looking at here for the wave count here going into this week. Friday's price action was so important to keep this wave count going, this bullish wave count going. I believe there's some bearish wave counts out there. Paul, I don't know if you have any alternative ones, but in the meantime, let's focus on the bullish one, right? We had the big move up, right, from way back when, from the Corona crash recovery, this ABC move down, and then this huge impulsive move, this crazy impulsive move up, right? Gap, and then upper shadow, gap, upper shadow, gap, upper shadow, gap, and then a big red shooting star candle right here to show us that, hey, that this that impulsive wave was done, right? And then it gave us this ABC wave 2, and then we had this 1 2 1 2. Now, we pushed back here to the point where this was no longer a contender for a 1 2 1 2 1 2, right? So at this point, because we crossed over this wave 1, right? This it tells us that this wave is done, right? So this wave 5 sub wave 3. I know you can't see it through here. Let me see if I can activate that for you. There, right? Just kind of put that. There's a little sub wave 5 right there. Activate the wave 3 right there. It's kind of hiding behind the bubble, right? So you can kind of see that zooming in here. So that ends this sub wave right here, and so now we have this 1 2 3, which ended here, which appears to have ended here last week, right? 3, which was made up of 5 waves, right? And then here's your little 4 in here, a little triangle off of the inside day, 5, wave 3, and then we have this A, B, C pullback wave 4, which did not intersect wave 1, which makes this a valid regular Elliott wave, right? Otherwise, it could be a leading diagonal, but in the meantime, it still looks good, right? So that's why this low right here is so important to hold. It's also important to hold as well because it corresponds with, 1, the channel, and 2, multiple geometric lines, right? We broke down below this bump line here this week, and so a strong close below these levels could see the next geometric line here, and then possibly work its way down to test the top of the prior channel and even the macro upper trend line. So this one needs to hold, right? For the wave count, for the bullish bullish wave count and for ideally for this thing to keep going. So good stuff there. Let's say the price action on Friday left us a little bit concerned about it because we did get a sharp down move, and we're like, oh boy, it's going to take out that wave count. And they ended up buying the dip, and they bought it pretty hard on Friday into the close. You can see right here off of the 15-minute chart, big move off of those levels, right? So good stuff there. Let's take a look at the levels that we provide to our members here before each market open, and you can see here on the 11th, there. Where is it hiding? There. Okay, so you can see these levels. This was key. Now this was different, right? So the S&P futures did not have an open gap on them, even on their daily chart, without the extended hours and their real-time hours. But look where the market bounced. It bounced right off of this gap fill right here. Perfect area for a bounce. Ended up giving a 2B reversal right here, long over this level right here. Boom, gets you to the next level, right? A little bit of a retrace and then up, and then this ended up turning into a nice impulsive wave up, right? Wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there you go. So that gives you the end of the day, and then this ABC correction into the end of the day. So cool stuff there. I love that corresponded with the open gap, and they bought the dip on that one right there. So really cool stuff. Let's take a look at the futures and see what we are up to this evening. Woohoo! They're up this evening. We're up about 20 points tonight. So good stuff right there. We got a big gap up. Looks like the market's really liking, at least the overnight. The pajama traders are liking the Pfizer news, and they're liking the delivery and the fast delivery of the vaccine getting out there. So that looks pretty bullish right here. So a nice gap up tomorrow. Ideally would lead to a nice gap and go, and then that would definitely validate the more than likely validate the impulsive wave up that we were just talking about. So we're a little bit tight here going into the evening. Obviously, anything could happen here going into tonight. So what we would do is just kind of keep track of a couple of these geometric lines going into tonight, and just a couple of these levels right here. So let's see how that ends up throughout the evening and into tomorrow. So good stuff. So good. So let's get started here with our Elliott Wave Show. So again, we've got Paul joining us live from Colorado, and everybody knows Paul is Algo382 on Twitter. He's also co-author of the Bubble Report, which can be found on thebubblereport.com, where we every market morning, we put out a newsletter to subscribers, a morning report that includes futures, what they're up to. We also provide important levels on the futures that using market profile. In addition to sector analysis, we go through names that are gapping. We put a focus list out there, and Paul puts out 2 fresh Elliott wave counts each morning for Bubble Report subscribers and for Elite Access members, and to help us get prepped for the day. So, Paul, I'd like to turn it over to you. And what are you seeing going into this week? And I think we want to talk a little bit about ending diagonals this week. So however you want to start here, what's it? It looks like you got spot pulled up there with an ending. What's an ending diagonal?
The ending diagonal is usually the 5th wave, and it's a 5-wave move. And what I like about ending diagonals is you can count the waves as they go, and when they're done, they're done. It means the end of a move. So for spot here, it looks like we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're going to put in a 5th, and then we should get a pullback for wave 4.
Very nice. So that's looking pretty good there on spot. So basically, what I love about these ending diagonals is that anybody who follows traders on FinTwit, they love the rising and falling wedges. They're like the ultimate, right? But really, what they all come down to is if you've got a good one, right, it's usually an ending diagonal, which is pretty cool. So basically, what you're seeing there is a rising wedge into a potential 5th wave up on spot. So nice find on that one.
Yeah. Let's see what else we got here. This is when we looked at a few weeks ago. Let me bring it back up.
TDOC.
Yeah, we were watching this one a few weeks ago, and you can see wave C could be an ending diagonal. It's a 5-wave move. And we watched this come down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And after we got an up movement, it actually looks like a leading diagonal. But, if you can identify the ending diagonal, it helps you catch the next uptrend.
Nice. Now TDOC hasn't been easy, right? I mean, so a lot of the retraces there on your wave 1s, your wave 2s have been pretty deep. So it hasn't been super easy. So it's really kind of been almost day trade only type stuff before this thing is really kind of getting going. So maybe I like this 1-2 that you're seeing right here. Maybe this thing's ready to go. This has been still a popular name. Names like Ark Investing, they love this name. But who knows? Maybe they'll get beat up a little bit with the vaccine coming out. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Yeah. So, we'll watch TDOC. Maybe we'll get a wave two. This wave two might ABC down to the 618. Maybe the wave three will be a little more explosive and a better move.
Nice. I know some big names are expecting it. Good stuff, man. What else have we got on the radar?
Last one we got, how about eBay? I just posted this one on Twitter, but
Oh yeah, I saw that one. We've
yeah,
been
so
tracking this one for a while. This has given some pretty decent moves. I know it's been in the bubble, hit the bubble report a couple times, but it's been eBay's a little tricky, right? It can be a little bit jumpy.
exactly. Yeah, it's been kind of choppy. We had this wave one up, and then on the wave two down, it looks like an ABC. And we have an ending diagonal in red, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it looks like the fifth wave of red 5 is also an ending diagonal,
Oh, and it
possibly.
it looks like it's in the golden zone too.
Yep, with the future's
Oh,
up, we'll see, but it could easily wick down quick into the golden zone and
into the
then
golden
take
zone.
off tomorrow.
Nice. And just a reminder, everybody, the golden zone is between the 618 and the 786. So we haven't quite tagged it yet, but that would be an interesting area, and I like how that's corresponding with the bottom of the cloud there too. On the what is that, the 3 hour chart?
Yeah, this is a 3 hour. Yeah, the
Nice.
bottom of the cloud, I just noticed that. Yep, and this little volume profile sticking out
You get
too.
some volume there too. Not very nice. Yeah, that looks really interesting. Let me show a couple ones that I'm looking at going into this week.
Sounds good.
Let's take a look here. So a couple ones, as you know, I've been tracking Boeing, which we like to call Boeing. So Boeing has been not so Boeing, not so boring this recently, right? So we've been tracking this triangle forever. It's been just getting so tight, right? And then it finally gapped above it and started to move. Now it didn't do a move like this, which we love, right? When it does a move like this, but it's given us a fairly countable wave right here. So the first move up, right? Little wave one, right? Wave two, and these are uppercase right here. But then you had this wave three push to the upside. You had a nice gap to move it up, and then you had this little wave four pullback, and then it looks like maybe we're working on the larger wave five move here. So if you look, so each wave is it contains 5 subwaves, right? So wave 5 would contain a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then ideally a wave 5. Now we finish with an inside day. We're holding a very important level right here. If we put our Fibonacci's up on this one, just off of the subwave right here. Let's go. Where does wave 1 start? Right there. Okay, so it's basically hanging right onto this 382 retrace from this of this subwave. So with an inside day on Friday, I'd like to see a push above the inside day high. A breakdown below here, filling the gap, may invalidate this wave 1. It still could be a leading diagonal, but of the subwave 5. But I'd like to see it hold here, break above the inside day, and try to push up for a wave 5 up. The other one I'm looking at that's starting to look a little bit extended is Starbucks. Right, so Starbucks pretty interesting right here. It's given a nice move up, and I'm just gonna throw this wave count out here just to kind of see what you guys think. But I like the wave 1 here, right? If we start from down here, and then you have this A, B, C correction right here for a wave 2, and then it started to impulse up, right? So we had this nice wave 3 move, which is often categorized by a gap, right? So you have this wave 3 move right here, 4. With a pullback, right, which never intersected wave 1, so the count's looking valid still, right? And then we have this 1, ABC 2, 3, 4, 5. So to me, it looks like that Starbucks might be finishing up a wave 5 here. We had a pretty rough pullback on Friday, and a couple other things I like about it is just the how extended it is, right? If we just go with this wave itself, if we go to the start of wave 1 and pull it back to wave 2, this thing's already extended over 200% of this wave, right? So we may be looking at a deeper pullback right here. This could be the start of an A. We might see a B type move and then a larger C move down, and we want to kind of see how it holds these channels right here. So I've got Starbucks a little bit on the short radar. It's had an epic run, a really huge breakout here on the daily chart. As you can see, just a massive, almost a reverse cup and handle type pattern right here. It broke out, retested the geometric line, and then launched, right? So we're just going to kind of keep an eye on that. It's getting a little bit extended, and then we'll see what the price action gives us going into tomorrow. So good stuff. Any other names that you kind of you can almost kind of look at this as an ending diagonal as well. Just to kind of, if you look at it this way, right, you got this kind of rising wedge-ish type pattern right here, a little bit channel-ish, but still the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is definitely countable in there. So let's see if it breaks down, if we get some volume confirmation to the downside. So good stuff. Paul, what you think? You got anything else you wanted to go before we look at some questions and chart requests?
Oh, we can take chart requests.
Okay, cool, good. It looks like you got DKNG pulled up there. What's going on there?
Oh, I was just checking this out. Let's see, DKNG. It looks like we had a 1, 2, 3 corrective wave 4, and it looks like we're starting wave 5 up, and so far we've got a 1, 2, 1, 2. This last one's bouncing up to 618, so I like DKNG. It could be a good one tomorrow.
Nice. It's getting really tight. I mean, it had that big push up. I thought it was really ready to go off of that last push up there, where you have your wave 1, and then they just found rejection there off the prior wave 3 high there, and so that was tough. But it's starting to get really tight in this range right here. So I'd love to see a geometric breakout there, and with some volume, see if that thing can get going. That's a nice one. So good stuff there. All right. Well, good. Well, I really appreciate everybody for tuning in this evening. So let's go ahead and take some questions and chart requests. We won't have time necessarily to get through all the chart requests, just out of respect for time for Paul. But we'll get through as many as we can and kind of go from there. So Shirley's got a few out there. She sent them by email again. Thanks, guys, for keeping Shirley in your thoughts and prayers. Let's see. So she's got BBY. Do you have anything on BBY, Paul? Or if not, I'd be happy to take a stab at it.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, I don't have BBY.
Okay, so let's take a look at BBY and see how that's going here. So BBY, we've got some talking to do on BBY. They need some help with their website. I tried to get one of their new video cards, and it was in my cart, and I pressed order, and it was like, oh, no, not available. It's okay, guys. So I'm actually not disappointed to see it kind of pushing its way down right here. So, but pretty interesting, right? It left us with an inside day right here. It goes ex-dividend tomorrow. But really, I mean, we're seeing a couple interesting levels right here. So we had a macro pitchfork right here prior that it looks like it's finding a little bit of rejection off of these levels, and really kind of pulled back up there with a triple top. At this point here, I mean, I do see an impulsive move down. We may see a corrective move to the upside. I mean, you could possibly count 1, 2, maybe 3, 4, 5 here. See how it holds this median line around 100. We might see a little ABC up move, and then we could potentially see some more downside action on BBY. So good stuff there. How about Diz? Do you have anything on Diz, Paul?
Let me check. I think so. Let's see, Disney.
So Disney with a huge move, holding up the Dow on Friday.
Yeah, actually don't have a count on this one, but let's see. Yeah, it looks like we had looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, and looks like we're in an extended fifth wave right now. We got this nice gap up.
So we can see if we can get some fall through. Yeah, I'm basically just going to look to see if we can break over Friday's highs to get some continuation off of that one. So just an amazing move on Friday. This is one that we put in the bubble report for a gap and go candidate, and it provided. Let me go ahead and show that. So here you guys can see on Disney. When you gap up like this, when you have a nice gap up on news and you gap over to all-time highs and you're over every level, it always has an opportunity for a gap and go, right? And we've talked about that here several times. But a couple of things that we look for when it was starting to push up the night before on their Disney Plus news. This was a big level, right? This is a real important level for us to look for. And so we're like, okay, if we can get over those highs, we can go there. But then pre-market, it gave us some very interesting price action, right? It pushed up even higher. And then so these levels came on the later. So there's a couple things that we look at for a gap and go. One of the things that we like to look at is how does it handle the pre-market pivots, right? And you can see right here, this is a major pivot level right here pre-market. And when the dip happened early that morning, it tagged that level and bounced right off of it. And they gave this nice inside 15 up. And then for the momentum move on a gap and go, right, we could just look and see if we can break out over the 15 orb level here with some volume, or look for a retrace to it. And this one right here on the 15-minute chart gave us some nice volume to the upside, and then boom, a powerful explosive move on Disney, and then it came back with a nice little retrace right here intraday. So I mean, you can kind of look at this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave move intraday to finish up the gap and go on Disney. So good stuff. Awesome, Shirley. I really appreciate it. So good stuff there. Chad, we just looked at DKNG, so good stuff. I'm glad Paul had that one pulled up already. And Simar, what's going on? Good to see you. So a couple ones that are on here. We've got a Square And PFE, Square and PFE. Paul, I don't know if you have any of those on your radar.
Sure.
Ah,
I got both of those. Let's see. I got PFE here. I guess they had some big news on the vaccine, so this could
yeah,
take off tomorrow. So what I got for PFE is a 1-2, and then we had this impulsive move up, breaks down into 5 waves, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right now we retraced about 23%. That's kind of shallow for a wave 2. I thought we may go a little deeper, but with the news and the futures up, I have a feeling this is going to bounce right away.
one of the things I found is that 236, although it's rare, sometimes it just marks like a pure momentum pullback. It's just like
Right.
it's like the line. If they push it off of that, that's usually pretty bullish.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
nice on Pfizer right there. Yeah, we'll see how. I mean, Pfizer should be in play tomorrow, one way or the other. So we'll see how they handle it. And then, do you have anything on Square?
Yep. Let's see for Square. Yeah, for Square. Square, I have going up in an impulsive move right here. We had a 1, 2, 3, 4, and it looks like we're extending a little more, and another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're bouncing off to 618. So I like Square tomorrow.
Nice. That's definitely a good one to keep on the radar for sure. Good. Thanks, Samar. Appreciate it. Latex. Let's grab one of those. Let's grab Neo. Do you have anything on Neo, Paul? If not, I'd be
Yep.
happy to take a look at it.
Neo, I got. Let's see here. Neo.
Neo's a popular name. We love trading this name. It's been giving us some really great setups.
Neo. Okay, so yeah. So Neo, I have is going up in wave 1. ABC down for wave 2. And it looks like we have a wave 1 up and a wave 2 down. We kind of went down to the 786, so I'm thinking we can bounce from here. The invalidation low would be the previous high.
Yep.
So
I
this
agree.
one,
Yeah, because it looks like if it does push down lower with some good volume, it might turn into a zigzag type correction.
it could go deeper. Yeah.
Yeah, nice, good stuff. Thanks, Latex. Appreciate it. Reed, thanks so much again for verifying the sound check and all that stuff. Michael, MMEDF BX. Let me take a look at BX right here. I'll just kind of see what that's looking like. Let's see what BX. I know you've had this on the radar for a little bit. Give me 1 second. So BX. Again, that gave a nice breakout the other day. Again, definitely looking impulsive right here. It looks like a wave 1, 2, right? 1, 2, maybe 3, 4, 5-ish to look for a larger wave up. So this thing still could push. It looks pretty good. So nice stuff there. Good finds. Thanks, Michael. Appreciate it. Juan, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it. Latex, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Celia, thank you so much. Simar, awesome. Good. Ria, thanks for making it. Reed, Alexander, what's going on? Thanks for making it. J Moss, what's happening? Good to see you. Gregory's here. Let's take a look. So we've got Okta and Cat. Do you have either of those?
Negative. No, I don't.
Negative on Okta and Cat. Well, let's take a look at Cat. Okta again is interesting too. I think there's like some hacking news that are out there and stuff like that. So Okta's got a really funky chart right here. It got really tight, broke out, retested a couple times, but is looking a little bit funky. But let's see if it can break out above this little kind of geometric line and give us a move on that. Caterpillar though has been super duper bullish, right? Look at that; it's already over that 3.8 that the 361, which ended up reversing down off of, but it looks like it started a fresh impulsive wave up here. So one of the things that we could look at on this is just a kind of a quick wave count. Right, here's your wave 1, here's your wave 2 pullback, right? And then we've got kind of this 1, 2-ish leading diagonal. Maybe it's working on a 3, right? 4. Potential triangle wave 4, and then we can just kind of look and see if it works on another wave up. So looking pretty good there, Gregory. Appreciate it. So Francis, what's going on? Hey, yeah, our pleasure. Appreciate it. So Anthony, you got Tesla. So oh, guys, sorry I didn't show Cat right there. I forgot to switch over. Anyway, Cat, here's your wave 1. Here's your wave 2. Here's your wave 3. Here's your wave 4. Possibly working its way up there. And sorry if I forgot to click over on that one. And then Okta. Again, I'm really just I like the last push on this one. I just want to see if we can break over that geometric line. So those are the things that I'm looking at there. So good stuff. So Anthony, yeah. So Tesla. So Paul, do you have any good counts on Tesla?
Yeah, I got Tesla right here. Let's see. There's a bear count also, but for the bulls, it looks like we've had a 1, 2. We could possibly be going up in an impulse, a wave 3 impulsive move up. Looks like on the subwaves, we retraced about to the 786.
So it
So
could be
wave
1-2,
three is
1-2. We had
going
an
up. Yeah.
definitely we had an inside day on Friday. I think there was some news this weekend about they're shutting down production of some models of their cars. I didn't really see an explanation of why, but I mean, you guys know Tesla is a wild one, so it looks like it could be working on an impulsive wave up, or maybe doing some sort of consolidation pattern here too. There's your weekly.
Yeah, and then I have a weekly going a little bit of a bear count here. Um, had a big wave one up, and we could get a wave two down into this area for the
Okay.
bears.
For the Bears. For the
Yeah,
Bears. So we'll keep an eye on it. Tesla's been really interesting recently. So we may see a pullback into it's getting ready to be added to the S&P 500 on the 21st. So we may see a little bit of a pullback before it, and then we'll possibly start some money flowing into it for some fresh indexing. Usually Tesla has been interesting, right? It's been a lot of times it moves inverse to the market. But when I saw Tesla flushing the last couple days intraday, right, that actually gave us some good indication that the market was really weak, right? So it's like the market was down and Tesla was down. It's like, oh boy, this is let's find some short setup. So we had that going on this week. Some pretty wild price action this week, which was pretty good there too. Bob, what's going on? Thanks so much. Appreciate you tuning in. Ria, so you've got QS, Neo, and Amazon. So we did Neo, QS. Have you looked at that one, Paul? That's been like a hot
yeah, I
SPAC
do have
name.
QS here. Let me find it here. Yeah, it seems like everybody is in on QS. Let's see
We
here.
added a bunch of new IPOs to our weekly newsletter, and QS is one of them. It's just, I mean, it's getting some volume. It's pretty hot, and it's very interesting. And the fun part about IPOs is they give you these fresh wave counts to start.
Yeah, I kind of like this one. We started out with the 1-2, and we have this big three wave up. And this fourth wave looks like it's going out of the channel, but it looks similar to the length of the wave two. But we have this gap here, so I'm thinking maybe tomorrow we might come down, fill the gap real quick, and then bounce up.
Nice. Yeah, and you can see a nice ABC there on the for the wave four too. Looking good there.
Yeah,
Do you have anything on Amazon?
yeah. Let's see, Amazon. Amazon. I believe that's a pretty bullish setup. Let's see here.
Amazon is so tricky. It's so tight. I mean, I just see this macro triangle on it. It's just blah.
Yeah, I think we came out of the triangle, finished wave four here, and it looks like we have a 1-2-1-2 situation. I
Okay, so it is possible it could be gearing up for a bigger move. I'm just for me, I'm just waiting for it to break out of some geometric lines, but
Yeah, yeah, I see. No.
cool. Very good. Chovy, what's going on? Appreciate you. Anil, yeah, so we looked at Pfizer already, didn't we, Paul? So
Yep.
that could be interesting too. Could potentially be bullish. We were looking for a little pullback on it, but with the news, it might gap up and start a fresh wave up. And Chovy, PSTH. Let me take a look at that. Let me see if I can grab that one there, Paul.
Sounds good.
PSTH. Okay, this is pretty interesting right here. Okay, so a holding company, right? So we got another type of SPAC type name right here. I mean, you do have like kind of this one ABC running flat, and then you got this pretty big move up right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. It might be gearing up for a move, right? I mean, you can kind of see here you've got kind of this 1, 2, maybe 3 off of the gap, 4. Right, so it's looking okay. Right, it had kind of a nasty day on Friday, but we could look and see if it can break out. Let's call this a triangle right now, just for now. Just kind of hold that there. Let's just see if we can break out of these levels one way or the other. But above that, we might see another impulsive move up. That can be interesting. Good find there, Chovy. Appreciate it. So good stuff there. So Raza Vincent, what's going on? Appreciate you. Thanks so much for tuning in. So, Bob, you've got APPS, JMIA, and PLTR. All of those are good ones. Whichever ones you want to take a look at there, Paul. Always happy to
Let's
see
see.
it.
I got PLTR here. Let's see. Yeah, this had a nice. I got this as a wave three coming down in a wave four. Could also be counted as a 1-2, but let's go 3-4, and then we have a 1 up, 2 down. And I think we're on an impulsive move up. We got a nice bounce off the cloud. I think it looks pretty bullish.
Nice. I've added this to my watch list. This has been a great name to trade. Like the options are really nice. They're very liquid. The spreads are nice. I mean, so on a good setup, PLTR can really, really give a good move. JMIA?
JMIA, yeah. Let's see here. see. Okay, JMIA. Let's see. I had a wave 3 and then 4. Then we had this wave 1. It looks like a leading diagonal, and then possibly a couple of quick 1-2-1-2s.
Nice. So keep an eye on JMI. See if we can continue to show some. It does. It is prone to some sharp up moves on there for sure. So good stuff, man. Oh yeah, we took a look at Amazon Suyai. We got Space, SPCE.
Let's see. I got that one here.
Nice.
Okay, yeah, Space has been pretty active since I put this pitchfork on it.
Yeah.
But, looks like we had this big move up. I'm calling it a wave 3, and I think we could easily get an ABC down, and we might just happen to tag the pitchfork down here, the 382 and A equals C right about 28.34.
Nice. That's a good one to keep an eye on too, because I think they had try to do a space flight this weekend, or they did some flight test this weekend, had some issues. So that news could really support that wave 4 pullback. So nice one, so you guys definitely want to keep an eye on right there. Shams, yeah. Let me pull up V. Let's take a look at V. I know V's been getting really tight in these geometric ranges, so let's see what that's doing here. Yeah, so wow, what a pullback off of these geo lines right here. That's been the big thing. A lot of folks are asking me about it. I had this big double inside week, or sorry, this big yeah, I think it was a double inside week. Yeah, big double inside week, failed to break to the upside and then flushed through that range right there, right? So that's corresponding with this big move down, right? We were hoping it would turn into a bull flag, but at this point here, it looks like it's coming back to possibly retest the low end of that flag. You got this big open gap down here, so see how that holds the support. So good stuff there. DeWizKid, what's happening? Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. FSLY. Paul, do you have anything on FSLY?
Yeah, I think so. Let's see.
If not, I'm happy to pull it up.
FSLY.
It's a popular name. It's not my favorite one to trade. This thing can move. It can give some big moves, but I'm just not a fan of the spreads on it.
Okay, yeah. FSLY looks like I was trying to recount this, but we had a 1, 2, 3, 4. I was trying to get a 5th wave in here, but it looks like we're still in an impulsive move up. So I think this has some more upside left.
So it's trying. Yeah, definitely. So, Kamar, you looking for wave counts on Plug?
Plug. Okay, now I got that one. Let's see, Plug. That's been a fun one. That's been
Oh yeah, guys. So anybody who is not in our Elite Access group with access to our Elliott Wave channel, where Paul is active during the day, these guys, they're just loving it, right? So so Paul's there during the day. He's there to help. He's trading during the day, but a lot of times too, he's there to answer wave count questions and questions intraday. And sometimes, folks will put an idea out there. And Paul, I can't remember. Did you have this in the bubble report the other day?
This was in the report, a couple days ago or last week. Yeah.
Yeah, this thing just rocked.
Yeah, after the 3-4. Yep. But yeah, so we had a 3-4, and then it looks like we're up here in 1-2-1-2, retraced down to the 6-1-8. So this could be a good one tomorrow for sure.
That's right. Yeah, and that was I remember members traded that with you in the group, and I think it was like the options were more than a double on it, which was great on that day. That was fantastic. On an otherwise, I think it was kind of a blah day.
Right.
So good stuff there. So what else we got? So we got a couple other ones out there. We're not gonna have too much more time here, but Corey's got a couple. He's got Snap and Pins. I don't know if you want to take a stab at either of those. Snap was our trade of the week last week, and I'll have you got that one, Paul? Or
I got Snap.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we like this one. It was setting up for an impulsive move, and it gave us a lot of good opportunities. Even if you didn't swing it last week, it still gave some nice pushes for some good day trades last week. So.
Yeah, we had a 3-4 and then a 1-2-3-4, and we've pretty much been extending in wave 5.
Nice.
Yeah, I thought there was a doji sandwich in here somewhere, but I guess not.
There it is on the day. Yeah, it looks like if that's a daily chart right there, it could be a little doji right there.
Okay. Oh yeah, right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So good stuff. And the ACB for Abdal, and we already did PLTR, Abdal. So and Tesla, Anthony, we already got Tesla as well. ACB, I thought I saw you post a count on ACB recently.
Yeah, I have ACB. Let's see.
Such a tough name. These pot stocks are so tough.
Yeah, we had a real nice wave 1 up and then corrective wave 2. And we had a wave 3 up, and it looks like in here we're just kind of consolidating, going sideways a bit right now.
Possible triangle move. We'll look for an impulsive move up out of that. Nice stuff there. The automotive enthusiast. You got Baba on the radar. Paul, do you have Baba? If not, I can pull it up.
I got a good Baba.
Do you?
So
Nice.
yeah, I like Baba. We had this impulsive move up, and we watched this ABC come down. I don't have it marked off, but this is another ending diagonal. And then we had a 1-2, 1-2, possibly another 1-2, but I think we're going to break this trend line and see a move up for wave 3.
One thing that's interesting about that is the triangle. Don't forget triangles, right? Can be wave B, right? So if this was an A pullback, this could be like a little B triangle. We might see a little C down move and then see it go too. So don't be surprised to see it dip and then go.
Yep.
So good stuff there. Nice stuff. And then Eunice, what's going on? RKT, the rocket. I know you get a lot of requests on that one, Paul. If not, I'm happy to pull it up.
Everyone's playing rocket.
Everybody loves it. Look at that cup and handle form in there too. Woo-hoo!
Yeah. So we had this wave 2 down. I think a lot of people were trying to get into it early. I think I even got in it early, but we got a nice big push up here. Looks like an impulsive move up, and we'll see if we break this trend line.
Very nice. Good stuff. Good stuff. Gregory, yeah, I got those charts on there, and sorry about the delay on that. We got those pulled over there. Yep, got it. We switched it over. Got it, guys. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. So good stuff. Yeah, yeah, my pleasure. Thanks, Anthony. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. We'll take a couple more requests right here, and then we'll get wrapped up. Looks like we've got a couple interesting ones right here. Blonde Broker's here, so we got to take a look at
Netflix.
Lulu, yeah, Netflix, and Nvidia, and Amazon. Lulu.
Okay, no, Lulu was, did they have bad earnings just now, or?
Yeah, they just had an earnings report. They had an earnings report, and it was actually pretty good earnings, but they didn't offer guidance. They didn't offer guidance.
It's surprising because we had this wave 3 up, and we were looking at a wave 4 down, and I thought we were going to get a bounce here, at least off the 618. But it looks like, we're just below the 618, so we'll have to see if that holds for tomorrow.
See if it holds the golden zone. So good stuff. Good stuff. Vikash, for SPLK, that thing is just I'll pull up SPLK here. I mean, really for now, we just got to wait, in my opinion, on SPLK. It's whenever I see these things, stocks do this, a big gap down, and it's just, I don't like playing in here, right? This could go for months. Right, just like in this range where they accumulate, and then what we want to do is wait for a breakout of the consolidation. So I just be careful on that one. So with the SPLK and Mano DBX, I'll pull up DBX real quick. So DBX had some rumor news about a buyout, potentially Amazon buying out. So a big breakout candle right on Friday. So we're gonna keep this on the bullish radar. We're just gonna kind of see here if it can gap above it, and maybe we could fill that gap there and look for some strength on DBX. So that's a couple things that are gonna be on the radar right there too. Other than that, guys. Let's do two more. Let's do Apple for Suyog, and we'll do Regeneron. We got to take a look at Regeneron.
Regeneron, okay. Let's see. Let me bring up Regeneron here.
That's the Epic channel, right? We're the Wave 4 channel, and I think it tagged the bottom of it the other day, so it broke below it. Woo!
Yeah, I thought we were going to bounce off of this channel, but we're still working lower. It looks like we got a little move up here, so maybe we're trying to bounce, but it looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the last wave.
Nice, Bob. Thanks for the heads up on Tesla, too. Could be a dip buy opportunity. Yeah, just pausing production on those to deliver cars. Nice. Good stuff there. Good. And let's take a look at one more, guys. We're going to take a look at Apple, and then we'll wrap it up. If I didn't get to your chart request or we didn't get to your chart request this evening, apologize just for time. Tomorrow, we'll still do our regular show and do the lightning round and get to all of them. But I really appreciate everybody for tuning in for your questions and chart requests. So really good stuff here. So let's wrap up with Apple, and let's see what we got here.
Okay. So Apple, we have this wave 1 up. A wave 2 down, we could be in an impulsive move up, but I also think the all going down to the 618, probably, that's possible too.
Okay, so a couple different counts on Apple for sure. Yeah, it's been weird, right? It hasn't really been, it's just been kind of sluggish. It moves and it's kind of blah. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see it pull back, but if the markets, futures are up about 20 points, so we'll see. You never know. You never know with this one, so So good stuff. All right. Well, Paul, thanks so much for tuning in, guys, and thanks everybody for tuning into the show tonight. I'll post the recording on Twitter, and I'm sure Paul will be able to retweet it. Again, guys, if anybody is interested in jumping in our group in the Discord with Paul, the link will be in there as well. Paul's in our Discord channel in the Elliott Wave and answers Elliott Wave questions when he's not trading. So if you jump in there and just give him some time to get to the request, but it's really good there. And like I said, we're both part of the Bubble Report too, thebubblereport.com. It's only $5 a week, and like I said, it's a morning report that you get. It kind of gets you prepped for the market. So if you're not an active day trader, but you still like to keep a pulse on the market, it's a great way to get involved. And otherwise, we'd love to have you in the group as well. So again, yeah, thanks everybody for tuning in. If you're new here, definitely click subscribe on YouTube, and also please hit the like button. It goes a long way, and we really appreciate it. So again, Paul, thanks again so much for being here.
Oh, you're welcome, John. Good night.
And thanks again, guys, everybody, for being here. I hope everybody has a wonderful evening. We'll see you bright and early for the Bubble Report and for all the Good Morning Market Prep stuff on Twitter. And until then, stay healthy out there, and remember your risk first and stay safe.